Deepak Lohande is director Striders. This is the group that Rajalakshmi belonged to. She ran with them. Rahul Daga is secretary, Friends of Wadala East. Again, it's an NGO, and he's someone who's seen many such accidents over a period of time. Piyush Tiwari is founder and CEO of the Save Life Foundation. And we have Chandrasekhar Prabhu, who's an urban planner. Thank you very much all for joining us, and thank you very much, most of all, for your patience. Deepak, I'm starting with you. All right, I believe Deepak hasn't been in a position to join us. We'll try and get to him in just a bit. But Rahul Daga, you are someone who lives in Mumbai and someone who's, we've seen what has happened with Rajalakshmi. It's been extremely unfortunate. It's making the headlines today. But this is not the first time an incident like this has happened in Mumbai. You've seen this over and over again. And if we've seen this over and over again, there is no reason why it should repeat itself with such alarming frequency.
यस सबसे बेसिक प्रॉब्लम है कन्विक्शन नहीं है. जो भी रैश ड्राइविंग करता है उनको पुलिस जो सेक्शन में बुक करती है दैट इज 304A, जो हमारे यहाँ लास्ट मंथ जो एक्सीडेंट हुआ उसमें ड्राइवर को 304A में अरेस्ट किया गया एंड ड्राइवर गॉट बेल इन 12 आवर्स और अगले 5 घंटे में वो वापस रोड पर था. तो कन्विक्शन होना बहुत जरूरी है. जो कानून है वो सख्त होना बहुत जरूरी है. तभी जो भी गाड़ी रैश चलाता है, स्पीड से चलाता है, उसके मन में डर आएगा. यदि डर नहीं है तो इस तरीके के हादसे मुंबईकर और हमारे देश की जनता रिपीटेड उसको देखेगी. और दुख की बात है कि जो सुबह वॉक करते हैं या काम पे जाते हैं या जॉगिंग करते हैं उनकी इस तरीके से रोड पर दर्दनाक मौत होती है. तो सरकार को कानून को कड़क करना बहुत जरूरी है.
Piyush Tiwari, is this just about law enforcement? Or is this about the way our cities are growing and expanding? I mean, every time there's a flyover built, you will see a pavement suddenly disappear, a footpath suddenly disappear. You will see a bus stop come where there used to be a footpath. Even near schools, you don't have footpaths or pavements, any longer. So is this just a law enforcement problem, or is the problem larger here?
You see, what we are seeing in this incident is that it is as much an issue of urban design as it is an issue of enforcement. And both the aspects have to come together if we have to keep our citizens safe. Now, in this case, earlier when you were speaking with Milind, there was this discussion about why was she running on the road? And Milind rightly pointed out that, the road belongs to everyone and we should be able to run. Now, Worli Seaface has been seeing a lot of construction lately because of the new sea link that is coming up. It is possible that the pavement or the pedestrian pathway was not entirely free for the person to be able to run or walk. And that's why, pedestrians get pushed over onto the road. And there are existing design mechanisms to ensure that even when they're on the road, they can be kept safe and protected. And, those mechanisms have to be followed. Similarly, when we're talking about places where there isn't an existing design of a pedestrian pathway, you can still create using, cones and barricades that are done for religious processions and so on and so forth to create that safe space. So I think a lot of it lies in terms of intent when it comes to designing our cities, designing our roads, and that intent has largely been missing. The second aspect is that of enforcement. In this case, we had a combination of speeding and potentially some kind of substance abuse. Now, in just 2021, we had 107,000 people who were killed in the country because of overspeeding. Now, imagine what a large number that is. And, unfortunately, in this case, we have added one more statistic to that, already huge number. So, this is a failure of enforcement. We have completely, let go of our responsibilities by deploying a few cameras, which we feel, are the solution to this entire problem. There is no enforcement strategy in place. that looks at what kind of crashes are happening, that re-engineers the entire enforcement mechanism. So it's most certainly a failure of both aspects, and unless we address both of them together through a concerted mechanism, these incidents will continue to take place, which they do. And as you rightly mentioned when the program started, that nearly 5 dozen people die every day. 5 dozen pedestrians die every day in our country. And whose fault is that? So to a large extent, it is a design and enforcement issue. Of course, some level of education is needed, amongst people also. But design can direct the way people move. Design can ensure that that we have safe spaces available, and when combined with enforcement, we can ensure that such infractions that took an innocent person's life today, yesterday, do not recur, again and again.
Chandrasekhar Khar Prabhu, what sort of planning is this, that you're not planning for people but you're planning for cars? You're planning your cities to accommodate more cars and making your cities absolutely not walkable. I mean, across the world, there have been what has been called pedestrian revolutions, where people have got onto the roads and said, we need spaces to walk, we need spaces to cycle, we need spaces to jog. And in India, whether it's in Delhi, whether it's in Mumbai, whether it's in Bangalore, the complete opposite seems to be happening.
First of all, permit me to set the record straight. The whole argument is going on some basis which is totally wrong. Number one, this is not the first accident that has happened. There have been 7 accidents in the past 1 month. The last accident was about 10 days ago. I know the person who stays. I go every day morning for a morning walk in Worli Seaface in the last 30 years. So this is not the one-off accident. This has been happening regularly. Number 2, she was not running on the road. There you got your facts wrong. Number 3, there is no jogging track on Worli Seaface anymore. There used to be a jogging track. Now, due to the coastal road thing, the entire pedestrian part of the Worli Seaface has been taken over, and there is no jogging track. So someone says there is a jogging track, why was she on the road? No, there is no jogging track now presently where the accident has taken place. I wish you would have sent a cameraman there and checked where the there is no jogging track. And whatever is there for the pedestrian is just 2.5 feet wide. And it is so polluted because of the work that is going on. There is a lot of cement and dust that is happening. You just physically can't walk in that area. So it takes a lot of guts and efforts for people to go there in the morning. When we go there, actually when we come back, we really fall sick if we go there. So most of us who are regular walkers have stopped going to the Seaface because of the thing. So number 1, there is no jogging track there. There used to be a jogging track. It has gone now. There is no jogging track. So if a person wants to run, there is no footpath or jogging track as of now. Either you have to accommodate yourself on that dusty place where there is so much dust coming in and spoil your health, or you have to be on the road. Number 3, she was not running on the road. She was just crossing the road. Number 4, this is not one-off incident. This is one of the 7 incidents, all happening at the same place. Why at the same place? Because that is the place where you cross. You either go to the Seaface or you come back for the Seaface. That is a crossing, and there is a level crossing where the lines have been drawn, where in any case any driver has to slow down. So this is a deliberate attempt to murder. This particular incident. Now,
Okay.
then we can always talk of the larger issue of pedestrian versus this, but here there was no pedestrian access. The whole place where we have walked all our life,
Okay, so
35 years, is now
essentially
out
what
of
you are
access
saying,
from us, and at the same stop every
Mr.
other day there is
Mr.
an
Prabhu,
accident.
what you're saying, okay, what you're saying is something, just by the way, the
Yes.
Mumbai police has also said that, we are even looking into the aspect of whether this was deliberate, whether this was murder. But the car was speeding at 100 kilometers an hour. The boy inside was coming from a party. He was drugged. Was this really murder? We don't know again. You are saying it is. The Mumbai police thinks so as well. Deepak, you've had a tough day. You're director of Striders. You're joining us at the fag end of the show. But, I do want to get in a word from you. What explains what happened on Sunday? And where do you go from here on?
Yeah, so see, Raji and Vijay, her husband, is in Striders for the last 16 years. And first, Vijay has came into the fitness with the Striders, and then the Raji after 2-3 years. But Raji was an completely walker, and she has said that Deepak, I'll be just going for a walk the first day of her session. But initially she just walked, and then she got an interest of a jogging, and then we made her from walker to the jogger. That is a very very sad that the things are happening in this way, because me and my wife is preparing for the London, and she was aware that we are going for a London marathon. Okay, and that day, after the Tata Ultra Marathon, we were given the 3 weeks rest for the groups, not to do any training for the Sundays. And what happened that day, that we were supposed to assemble in the race course just for a warming up for a 1 hour run. And she said she will be going directly to the race course to Shivaji Park. And from there, the things happened.
Okay.
I met into the Atria Mall, and last May, what I feel, my wife is still in that trauma. Because she met her into the Mela Water Junction, where the Striders Water Junction is been happen all the week, and during the week, and in the weekend also. She was not leaving her hand,
Okay.
and and that is was my wife Jyoti was always recollecting that she was not leaving. She said, I'm just going for 8 kilometers, but you are all the best for you for the London marathon and all that stuff. And she was not leaving her hand, and the Jyoti was also very very confused mode why she's not leaving. But somehow Jyoti has to move forward, then she moved ahead. And just after
Okay.
this mall incident, after a kilometer, this incident happened. We are all in very sad stage. So this is what
It is sad, and it turned out to be the last run. And
yeah.
I think what one of the panelists has said is right. This is not the first incident. This is the 7th that has happened. Not enough people are talking about it. World over, as I said, pedestrians have come to the roads and demanded their space to walk or jog. Why is it not happening in India? And why are Indian cities expanding for cars and not pedestrians when there are more pedestrians in this country than cars? The incident was unfortunate, but it has sparked off an important discussion. Thank you everyone for joining us here. Thank you very much indeed. Coming up